Again today I will go soaring through the sky. Hey, this is Pit, also known as Antony Del Rio. Patu, what are you doing here?
Hey there, Pit Stain. Your days of darkness are numbered.
Hades!
Your job is to seek out the boss and defeat it.
Lady Palutena, are you okay?
It's snack time.
Hey, I'm Pit, servant of goddess Lady Palutena, and you're watching Video Game Heat.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Lefty Heat, and today with me on the show I have Antony Del Rio, and most of you know him from a video game called Kid Icarus Uprising. He voices Pit. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Lefty. Thank you so much for having me on Video Game Heat.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you again for being here on the show, and now we're going to go through some questions, and I also have some viewer questions, and let's get started. You ready?
Sounds good, I'm ready.
Alright, here we go. So, how did it all start? So, like, how did your career as a voice actor start?
It kind of just fell in my lap. I think 4 years ago, the first job, I got so lucky, the first job I ever had in voice acting was this show on Cartoon Network called The Superhero Squad Show. And that was recorded as an ensemble, so basically every single actor was on there, and I got to work with Charlie Adler, Tara Strong, Steve Bloom, some of the greats, and I got very lucky, and that's kind of it started there, and it branched out.
Cool. So, what was the voice acting process like? I know that you're a voice actor for Nintendo through this game, and how did that happen, and what was the process like?
For this game, it started around a year and a half ago. So the whole process of recording was a year and a half, and when I first went in, I didn't know what game I was actually auditioning for. They don't tell you. They give you code names. So I went in.
So you didn't know.
Yeah, I went in, and basically all they gave me was a character description. Basically, he's a young kid, angel. He's a hero, younger than I am. So obviously, the first thing that came to my head was, okay, let's go higher. Then they brought me back, and that's when I met Ali Hillis. It was like a callback. Ali Hillis, who plays Lady Palutena in the game. And we did a callback together, see if we mixed and matched well, and I think a week after I found out that I was playing Pit in Kid Icarus Uprising.
That's great. So, did you, well, now that you've done it already, did you enjoy voicing Pit as the main character of Kid Icarus Uprising? Like, would you say overall you enjoyed that? Would you have wanted to voice a different character?
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. This is my first, I think, voiceover project that I'm the lead in the whole game. I'm
That's
actually
great.
carrying the game, so playing Pit, and I also got to play Dark Pit. It was awesome, and I would have never changed that outcome.
That's great. Now, have you played through the entire 3DS game? I know that you are the lead character in the game, and did you receive a free game and or 3DS?
Nintendo actually, they sent me a copy of the game, so I have Kid Icarus Uprising, but they never sent. Yeah. I don't have a 3DS. I don't have a 3DS, and I have this thing where I kind of don't like opening the games that I have. So I have the game. I've never opened it, but my roommate, he has a 3DS, and of course he bought Kid Icarus to support me, and I kind of hijacked his 3DS in the game and played it for a week straight, and it was awesome, and I couldn't be happier with how it came out.
That's great. So, you said that you witnessed some other voice actors in the recording studio when you were recording voices for this game. Do you want to explain about that? You said Princess Peach, the voice actor of Princess Peach was there.
Oh, sure, yeah. You know what? The process was every single time we recorded this, again, it took around a year and a half to record this huge game. There's so much in it, so much content. So they were very careful with what came out and how everything was going and how the voices were going, and there was always someone from Nintendo there, and one of them actually happened to be the voice of Princess Peach.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's great. And now let's move on to our viewer questions, and we will start it off with Cabaner Miney 456. He asks, what are your thoughts on singing that song in Chapter 13 in the Lunar Sanctum? So can we hear it?
Of course. I'll give you a line. It's, again today I will go soaring through the sky. And it was great. It was awesome.
Wow.
Actually, a little fact about that. That wasn't the original version. That song
Oh,
that you
wasn't?
guys hear in the game isn't the original version. We recorded it once before, and it was the same track more or less, but I think the melody was a
Yeah.
little different. And
Can we hear that second version, or?
I kind of forgot how it went.
Oh, you forgot how it went?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the words were different, but we came back and we recorded again, and now that what you guys hear in the game is the second version of what that song was.
Cool. All right. So, yeah. And what are your thoughts on singing that? Did you enjoy that? I know it's a pretty cool song. A lot of people talk about that. That's what everyone's talking about. So, did you enjoy it, or?
Yeah, it was super fun. They wanted to record the whole song on one take, so it wasn't like I can do one line. Again, today I can't do that line by itself and then the next line, so they wanted the whole take. So it was hard. I think it took us a good 6 takes to get it right, but it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and it was fun, and it shows Pitt's personality, and it was great. I love doing it.
That's great. So now, 3DS Unboxing asks, what is your favorite weapon in Kid Icarus Uprising?
My favorite weapon in the game, to be
Yeah.
honest. I never did the whole merging weapons. I kind of just used the weapon that the game gave me throughout the whole game. And I played the whole game on 2 intensity, just so I can see, everything. Because
Yeah.
I know if I did anything harder, I'd probably lose a lot.
Yeah, we stuck to 3 in the game so far, and
Nice.
I know I've been moving up to 4, the intensity 4. Some people were playing on 9. I was just like, wow, it was blind so far. It is blind so far, the Let's Play and the walkthrough of that game. So starting slow and working your way
Absolutely.
up is the way to go.
I go on YouTube and I check out some of the videos of people playing and
Yeah.
see some of the intensity. I don't know how they do it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
That's great. So now let's move on. So James asks, what did you enjoy most about doing the voice of Pitt? So what was it like, and what did you enjoy most about it?
I think one of the main things is the team that was surrounding me. We had an amazing director. Nintendo is obviously amazing to work with. The dream come true.
Yeah.
Ali Hillis, again, Lady Palutena, recording with her.
Yeah.
Half the whole game was actually us two in the booth together. It was great, and again, being the lead of your own game is heartwarming and great, and such a special opportunity. And I'm very blessed to have been that.
That's great. And now GameSword17 asks, what is your favorite line to say in the game? What would that be? Anything in particular?
There's so many lines. There's constant talking through that whole game, but there's this one that I thought was just hilarious. Was this banter between me and Hades, the guy who plays Hades, and it's
Yeah.
so simple. We just say each other's names back and forth, and he just goes Pit. I'm like Hades, Hades, Hades. And I thought that came out great, and I loved the way it came out.
That's great. Yeah, Hades, it's great to see the dialogue between the two, and it really kept me entertained so far. And now, have you talked to the voice actor of Hades to this day?
No, you know what? I've never met him. I've actually only met the voice of Lady Palutena. I've met Medusa and Viridi. So the voice actors who do their voices.
And then everyone else just recorded at a separate time, or?
Right. So
right.
I think me and Ali were the only ones who recorded together. Everyone else was kind of. I would listen to what they recorded, and I'd talk back to a recording, basically.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's really cool. Now, Nintendo Nerd 34 asks, how did you decide to use that particular voice? I know that Nintendo probably decided, but how did you decide what voice?
Again, it was all they told me was it was very limited information. So they just told me. I went in for the director. They said young, bubbly. So I said, okay, Lady Palutena, are you okay? Patu, what are you doing here? And then of course we had to do Dark Pit 2, so it was more dark and ominous, and that was more please stop calling me that, that whole dark thing. And
Yeah, kind of like Dark Side.
Exactly.
And everything.
Exactly.
It's really cool. And now, Tails86, this is the final viewer question, asks, have you had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Mr. Sakurai? And if so, what do you think of him as a video game developer?
I wish I did have the opportunity to have talked to Mr. Sakurai, but I honestly never have. Never have, but he's obviously a genius. I mean, Super Smash Brothers, who doesn't love all those games, and of course this game, and he puts so much into this game. which I appreciate. I don't think anyone knew that there was going to be this much in a handheld game. And it was great, and it was fun. It was something different, and I think he's amazing. I'd love to work with him again someday.
That's great. Yeah, I would have loved to actually had the chance to like meet him or something if I was voice acting, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna meet him eventually. Well, I mean, there's one thing that I also wanted to ask you too. Are you disappointed that there will be no sequel to the game?
You know what? It's funny how I found that out. Information out. I called my brother and we were talking about the game at that time, and I was saying, oh yeah, it seems like a lot of people are relating to this game and really liking this game. And then I guess he looked it up on the computer, and he's the one who told me, Mr. Sakurai does not intend on making a sequel. And I was like, huh,
yeah,
that's weird. So of course I wasn't extremely ecstatic about it, but I respect his decision. I mean, he made such a masterpiece on this first game. He doesn't want to make a second one and be anything less than what he's already made and what he's known for. But I'm hoping, the fans will band together and talk to Nintendo and bring another Kid Icarus back, because I would love to come back for another franchise or another game in that franchise. But we always have Super Smash Brothers, the next one to come out.
That is true. You're voicing that.
I'm hoping.
Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and also the 3DS.
I'm hoping. No one has come to me yet. No one's talked to me yet. Nintendo hasn't got to me yet, but I would love to. I mean, that'd be great.
That'd be great. I know they had a different voice actor for Pit in the Smash Bros. For the Wii.
Yeah, they had this lady, I think her name was Lanny Minella, and I think Brawl was more just like, a lot of efforts. And I think this is the first game where he's actually had a voice and a personality.
So we want some voice acting. We want a little bit of Antony in there doing the voice. And
I'm honored. I mean, she's great. So I'm just honored that I was chosen.
So do you have any advice for someone looking to pursue a career in voice acting?
I would have to say, tell you the truth, I kind of wouldn't consider myself a voice actor or anything like that. I would just say that, I love acting. I know Tara Strong, for example, she's done an amazing amount of different projects as far as voice acting goes. I know she was Timmy Turner, some of the Rugrats, and plenty more, but she's also recurring on Nickelodeon's Big Time Rush. So she's an amazing actress, from voice acting to live action. So I would say just acting classes. Acting classes, you really had to feel it. I have so much more respect for the voice actors and people who do a lot of animation, because it's not easy to show emotion and personality just by your voice. You don't have your facial expressions or your hands or anything like that. So I would say to focus more on the personality of the voice. Is this person going to be extremely sad? So maybe your voice will crack a little more. But I think acting lessons would be a big part of it, I would say.
That's great, yeah. I've had a chance to talk to Mr. Mike Pollock. He's the voice of Dr. Eggman in Sonic the Hedgehog and most of those games, also Robotnik way back when and everything. Now, it's great to really talk to voice actors in general, just to get their view on everything, and you basically said some of the same things he's been saying, like the process and everything. It's similar, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what's going on in the future with everything and your goals in the future. And I want to see you in Smash Bros. For the Wii U and the 3DS, because that would be great.
That would be amazing. You know what? Actually, there's a lot of stuff that I just finished working on. I just finished working on God of War Ascension, which is a new God of War coming out, and anything else. I worked on this ABC Family show last week called Bunheads.
That's cool.
Anything else coming out, on Twitter would be the best way to find me. So everyone who wants to find out, Antony_Del Rio, ANTONY_DELRIO. You'll get a lot of cool facts about different stuff, about Nintendo or anything like that.
Yeah, great. We'll put a nice little image or text right up there on the screen so you guys can see his Twitter. You can go check him out. And also, we'll be waiting for your website. Once that comes out, we'll send a bunch of people over there to check you out.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So yeah, no problem. And thank you again. And I think that's about it for right now, and thank you so much for being on the show today. It has been an honor to interview you, the lead voice actor of Kid Icarus Uprising, also known as Pit. Thank you again, Antony Del Rio, and I will see you guys next time. Anything else you'd like to add before we end this?
Thank you so much for all the support, and I'm serious. If all the fans can band together and talk to Mr. Sakurai or Nintendo, let's bring another game back. I don't want it to be another 25 years. The game is magic, so let's make that happen.
All right, great. Yeah, thank you again, and this is Lefty Heat signing out.
Video game heat.